So, we've talked about Echo Fighters a lot on this list, and to be frank, I think they're a really great idea. Yeah, I've poked at the thing, especially how that there's still a bunch of clones that are apparently not Echoes, despite the fact. But I do like the idea of giving a chance to characters that would probably play similar to others, without getting backlash from the community. Characters such as Proto Man, Shadow, and Funky Kong, just to name a few. But of course, with a new title such as this, and the description of, yeah, they're clones, but they're super special clones, really only one character came to mind that, more or less, was the right choice to be put under this moniker. Because out of everyone who's been labeled as an Echo Fighter, he was born to be one.
Bring it on!
You know, I talked about my gripes with Incineroar, and especially how he's the last character in the base roster, but I've never complained about Ken. You see, despite being seen as a player 2 skin to Ryu, there were many things to help him stand out to Mr. Karate himself that made him fairly unique. He was cocky, he was expressive, he had a hot wife and a multi-million-dollar business, and now he's being charged for war crimes. And even in the later games, he started to differentiate himself from Ryu by adding a bunch of kicks to his kit and the use of fire. So safe to say, when it comes to Street Fighter, yeah, Ken is up there as one of my favorites. He's just a fun dude, what's not to love about that? And when it came to his inclusion into Smash, well, we were spoiled weeks ago and was a joint piece with Incineroar, but he was still cool. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that Ken got into this game, and I feel like out of any other Street Fighter that shows up, he's probably the most deserving of it. Blasphemous, I know, but Ken is definitely a character that doesn't get a lot of attention when it comes to crossovers, so the fact that he gets an invite is just satisfying. But that's not the only reason I like Ken being in Smash. It's also because he's the best Echo Fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and is the reason I'm so critical of characters that are basically clones, but have, for some reason, not been labeled as an Echo Fighter. Ken may have Ryu's specials, but everything else is fully unique. His attacks are more focused on kicks, and his Shoryuken has a flame trail. Not to mention that his final smashes are completely different, being the bestest Shoryuken, and quite possibly the best non-cutscene final smash in the game. Really, I have no downsides to Ken. This was just a solid inclusion that, even though he was paired with a disappointing entry, was wholeheartedly welcomed. What else is there to say but Ken from Street Fighter? A man that every Echo Fighter should strive to be.
Challenge me after some practice.